almost every day. Always seem to find myself late.
When they said not everyone deserves a podcast, we didn't listen. The Middle Class Holes.
All right, gentlemen, we will start tonight with, we'll go into my bag of ideas that'll never, ever happen. Because Wes and I have always said, if we can sell out, if someone will just buy the idea office for a low rent price, we'll fucking take it.
Yeah.
Now,
we'd be the easiest sell on Shark Tank. Like, we're going to offer half your company. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Sure.
You get the whole thing.
How much? Can we retire? Just pay us retirement money. We're out. We're done.
We need Frank Reynolds in the crew.
Yeah. No, and it does piss me off because I was talking to a guy at work we were talking about things that shouldn't be profitable but are. And apparently there's these little like gooey squares. Have you guys seen these things? They're like
to clean the cup holders?
No, well, they're I cannot remember what they're called, but they're like these little gelatin squares, and they keep their shape, and they're kind of sticky, and all the kids are buying them. And you know this was just like an industrial accident with, hey, this goo came out, it's non-toxic, what do you want to do with it? I don't know, shape it like a cube, sell it to kids. What do we call it? Nanonami, that's it.
Should have called it the Goo Cube. Sell 1 million units.
God,
and that's but no, that's the thing. You can't find it anywhere now. All the kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's the new Labubu.
Exactly. Wes, are you aware of the Labubu?
No, unfortunately, you
it's
guys
better
have
that way.
The Cliff Notes version. Okay, or not. That's fine. I can use my imagination.
It's basically a demonic-looking treasure troll. Remember the ones with the hair?
Sure.
It's like a charm to put on your belt or bag, and then adults started. Everybody went nuts for them. They were like Beanie Babies, and they faded out as fast as Pogs.
Yeah. I have 2 of them in my house.
Oh, no.
So this will come from that same basket of ideas. And you're a professional wrestling fan, correct, McGinny?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right. Wrong show. So I've recently gotten back into professional wrestling. And I've also recently seen, because of that, my algorithm change online, where everybody that loves professional wrestling also hates themselves and professional wrestling. There's no storyline that they're appreciative of. That wasn't the direction this should go. That's not how much this person's worth. I can't believe they did this. And then I got frustrated. I was like, you fucking... Triple H and the boys should just sit around the desk and fucking play WWE like they're playing Dungeons and Dragons. And I was like, what about a Dungeons and Dragons WWE edition where you make the matches, where you make the call, where you book the show? But wait, who's no chance? And then one of your buddies plays fucking Vince. What? Dungeons and Dragons, WWE. Hey, the Big Show's going for a moonsault. You're going to have to roll a natural 20 if you want him to hit it.
That's an oddly specific cross-section of fandoms, and I'm not sure how much the Dragon and Orc fans cross over with the Uso fans.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's a couple.
if you're looking for a genre of hobby, of people who are obviously pro wrestling fans that are our age are somewhat closeted about it. Some are open, but if you're talking about another hobby where people are closeted about it, Dungeons and Dragons fits that bill. I mean,
but see,
don't tell me.
Okay. I feel like, okay, so for me, I always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, but I live in the middle of nowhere, so I never had an opportunity to have a gaggle of friends sit around a table to play a creative, whimsical fairy tale game. So I never got to do it. I've always wanted to. If anybody ever wants to sit down and show me how to play Dungeons and Dragons, I will creativity your asses into the fucking dirt. But so I don't understand like the world, the lore, all of the like the gadgetry or the fucking spells or whatever the fuck these people are calling out around a table. But I do understand professional wrestling, and I get the gimmick of Dungeons and Dragons, and I feel like if I could mix those two worlds, and by the way, fucking put them online. You think Triple H can't fucking book a show? Fine. See what happens around your Dungeons and Dragons WWE table. Send it to fucking them and let them play it out on stage for you. I don't know. The WWE really is just a game of Dungeons and Dragons played by old wrestlers who used to play it for real in the ring.
Yeah. By the way, this is a campaign. Okay, just want to correct your terms here. Let's break it down. You need a dungeon master. In this case, a Triple H, a chairman or someone who's calling the shots, or a booker, if you will.
Yeah. Okay. We'll call him the chairman. Yeah, we'll have a chairman because I'd like to have other characters, not just wrestlers. I'd like somebody to be able to play, like a Paul Heyman or a Bobby Heenan or a Jimmy the Mouth of the South. You know what I mean? Put Jimmy Hart in there. Like, have them get some wrestlers together, make fucking troops and shit.
Yeah, then you probably have to
stable.
start at a stable. Yes, there you go. Then you have to probably start in a territory. Ohio OVW. You've just graduated from wrestling school, and you're trying to earn your stripes in a smaller community college gymnasiums or a 200-seat auditorium.
You could, you could just have the sheets. You know what I mean? Like the character sheets. Because I know that
you're taking the campaign out of the campaign.
Well, what I'm saying is though, is like, let's say you have like a Shawn Michaels. You can say, I want to be Shawn Michaels, 1989 through 98, because then that guy. He's chaotic. He's chaotic evil, right? But then Shawn Michaels 2002 and on. Oh, he's chaotic good. Okay, he found God. So he's a different character, but he's still got a propensity for being an asshole.
He still has that itch.
Yeah, so it changes the balance of like what how you're performing. So I don't think you have to go all the way back down to the grassroots. I think you can start right in the mix.
Okay.
But yeah, just saying. But it'd be great to have like some of the old heads that never got to wrestle each other. Kind of like, you could do like a just fantasy matches for a fantasy game.
I would argue that's what we have WCW versus NWO for the Super Nintendo 64 entertainment system is.
Yes. Well, okay. And I did get that pushback from a coworker, like, isn't that just what the video games are for? I'm like, yeah, but isn't Dungeons and Dragons like a burgeoning IP again?
You're saying bring the creativity back. Bring the analog back.
You're only bound by your imagination. That's the beauty of Dungeons and Dragons. Yes.
Yeah,
and as an only child, I approve of this.
Okay, well,
lots of imagination use.
Yeah, but I also know that adults are playing Dungeons and Dragons more than ever. Like, what's his name? Joe, my own guy, the dude from Magic Mike. He married Sofia Vergara for a minute. Like he's got apparently like the most epic Dungeons and Dragon campaign ending of all time for one of these characters, where he fucking bamboozled everybody, puts the hand of Vecna, like he cuts his own arm off and puts the hand of Vecna there and then fucking vanishes. And they thought their campaign was done because they killed Vecna. And he's like, I worked on this for about 3 years. I was setting everybody up. And when we finally got to that end, it all made sense. Nobody even challenged me. And he like takes his shit and just leaves. And everybody's just sitting there fucking, what the fuck just happened? And so apparently, whatever he did is now lore in the overarching, like, land of Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, I'm not going to edit this. Andrew, you got to move like 4 inches to your left. There you go. All right, now.
Sorry, it's getting
into the campaign. I understand, man. I love it. I do think this is a great idea. We did something similar to this when I was playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I want to say I was circa middle school, and the DM inserted kind of more. He kept the kind of ancient, people have axes, that era, but inserted dinosaurs a la Jurassic Park.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I think I might. Is this the one where you guys like accidentally went off script and just like created like a land where you guys thrive?
This is I really been working on it. This guy spent months. This is not involving dinosaurs. This guy spent months writing a campaign, and then we were rolling through the woods and we happened to stumble upon a kind of decrepit tree fort. And we said, let's shack up here for the night. We ended up just building it up and living there for a year or so. And that wasn't what he had in mind at all. So he had to trash the fucking a notebook's worth of notes. And, God damn it!
They were waiting to fight orcs on the other side of the hill, but instead they created a civilization.
Yeah, we had a fishing camp. We built an inn. We had fucking crossbows in the fort. Then he just burned it down to get us to move on. I think it was something struck by lightning.
But here's
the old orc lightning.
Yeah, yeah.
But here's the big question, though. If somebody like WWE wouldn't sign copyright over for any of this, is it still potentially a successful product at all?
So it depends on your definition of a success, right? Because while we were talking, I did a quick Google search because there's one I wanted to shout out that I've seen on the Instagram ads. You were saying the algorithm changed, so do the ads. So it's called Smack Talk Showdown. It's forgive me if I'm butchering it, but I've only seen the ad. It's like a Cards Against Humanity. So you pick the cards and then you have to cut a promo.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
So that looks awesome. And that's something they show me one more ad. I'm buying it. We can play it right here on the
I think I might send me that link when we're done. I think we might have a new fucking segment of the show.
All right, I'll send it to you when we're done. And then looking for the name of that, I came across another one. So we're talking about tabletop gaming making a huge comeback, and I don't know if you guys have them down where you are, or I'm sure you've driven by in a strip mall. You'll see like a gaming store, right?
Yeah.
Which is a thing now, because I think that's kind of what comic book shops and card shops have all combined into the game shop, into the IP collectible shop, right? And they'll host tournaments and stuff there. We've got a bunch out here, but besides Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, tabletop games in general are huge with adults now, right? There's like everybody knows Settlers of Catan. There's Secret Hitler, which is hilarious if you've never played it.
Played that, yeah.
Yeah. And
thought you guys caught me.
I'm not a huge game guy, just because a lot of rules that I don't want to learn in a short amount of time. But all that to say is I don't know how big of an industry, but they're printing money with some people. There's all kinds of games on every subject out there. And as I was looking for the Smack Talk Showdown, there is Book It, the pro wrestler promoter card game.
Yeah.
So it looks.
I mean, it's. I'd have to see the layout of it, but I just feel like this is something where you can, especially with the.
You're talking about a full campaign with some dice.
And I'm talking about here's the other part of the marketing for it too. Your little 2-inch figurines that you use as your character to put on the board. We're talking about a wrestling ring, a la the one that we used to have when we were kids. With the
now I'm in.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Belts.
And maybe even that flips over to a boardroom table, so you can do your little boardroom scenes. Maybe you even twist that around like a transformer to turn it into the backstage area where it looks like there's little
boiler room brawl.
You get injured somewhere along the campaign. You get addicted to pain pills and become a liability.
100%. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes, that's what I want to have happen.
Do the Ultimate Warrior campaign.
It's a short run.
Yeah, I can only do a short run these days.
By the way, I saw this thing about the Ultimate Warrior and how they put him with Rick Rude because Vince knew that guy
ravishing one.
Yes.
Yeah.
They knew that Warrior didn't know how to fucking wrestle and he could only go 5 minutes, so they put him with Rude to stretch his matches out to a marathon 12 minutes. Because they knew that if he couldn't pass the 10-minute mark, then they couldn't put the strap on him.
Well, Rude also he was a renowned tough guy. He was a arm wrestling champion and was known to take no. He was a great guy on the road, great guy behind the scenes, but in the ring he was no bullshit. And apparently, a couple times he had to stick it to Warrior, and I don't mean with the old hog. I mean a legit punch to the gut. There's actually one I saw it the other day. Ultimate Warrior and Andre had a little tiff. When he was the Intercontinental Champion, I was trying to build him up to eventually face Hogan at WrestleMania 6, and he goes for a gut punch and straight up, you can see it in Andre's face. It's like, oh, and Andre straight up headbutts him.
Yeah.
See the hair shake?
Andre didn't fuck around. If he didn't hold his receipts. If you hit him, he was just like, nope. I am a real giant, and you will feel my wrath. I have a genetic disorder, and you will feel its wrath.
I'm going to drink 13 bottles of wine after this, regardless of how this shakes out. But not to derail this, back to the campaign, back to the matter at hand. I'm digging it, man. I think this is... Listen, they made... At least when I started playing, I think this was like the 3rd edition, they started making different styles of campaigns. They made like more of a ghost and goblin zombie type one. They had your traditional run of the muck, and I can't for the life of me can't remember the name. The wizardry and the warriors. They had kind of an oceanic one. They tried to branch off from what the status quo was. And this right here is just I did one when I was a teenager that was just a World War II type one where you were spies.
Ooh. See, that's fucking awesome.
Oh, I remember those. There were all kinds of things that weren't like magic and swords and wizards, right? Yes, I remember the World War II one. Yes.
Star Wars had one.
And I guess for me, the reason I picked this subject is this is a subject I know. Like, I know all the lingo and the terminology. I feel like I could book a good wrestling campaign, if you will. Like
all the pyrotechnics.
And maybe it goes from like, I don't know, like Backlash to WrestleMania. You know, it starts here and ends here. Like that's the whole campaign. The campaign is
do the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, just one whole year, road to WrestleMania, and just and all the twists and turns that can happen along the way.
Yeah.
And then next year, everybody starts where they left off, and now this guy's a champion, this guy's this, and you keep...
You strike up an affair with a married diva, and the hubby wants a piece of you.
To Wes's point, I think the alternative storylines are going to be really good here. Like, he was talking the expansion packs on Dungeons and Dragons, and they're getting more fanciful into other worlds, but, on this one... You get kicked out of the league. You got to go down, work the indies for a while. Then all of a sudden you're Mickey Rourke. You're doing the ram. You're slicing your finger off at the deli counter. Yeah.
Driving an old Pontiac 600 miles.
But here are 3 wrestlers that weren't ever really my favorite, but I was invested in them. Do you remember the Matt Hardy, Lita, and Edge like love triangle from like the late 90s?
Yeah, where we had to watch we had to watch them have sex in the ring, supposedly, when we're like in middle school.
Well, not just that.
Okay, let's not lie. We were in high school.
There was a real, like, Lita and Matt Hardy were a legitimate couple, and then there was a legitimate affair happening behind the scenes with Edge and Lita, and then it was like, oh shit, Vince was smart enough to say, you guys are going to do business together. Can you do that? And they're like, fuck, yeah. And they made it happen. And they made, whether you like the storyline or not, you were invested in it. He really fucked his girl, man. Yeah, he's really doing that too. It made me hold on to wrestling. Dude, is still real.
Like, remember when Jerry Lawler exploited Jake Roberts' alcoholism? Just made fun of it?
Yeah. Endlessly. I mean, they did the same thing to Scott Hall, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the borderline that makes it good. And, I remember having a friend, but I can't believe Edge did that, in real life. And I was like, I can think of a pretty couple reasons that he did that.
Yeah, definitely 2 right now.
300 days on the road, morals get gray areaed.
Yeah. But, no, Andrew, I tell you, man, this is not some run of the muck idea that you have, like the porno pimpin' party jacket. This right here,
it's a good fucking idea.
Primo. I would play.
But would you play if it was generic? That's my big question, because I don't see the WWE signing off on it right away.
So I'm envisioning. Go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say, in this age of merchandising, I would say they'll sign off on it in a second, and I bet, the muckety mucks at Titan, or not Titan anymore, TKO in the boardroom wouldn't even know. It's some manager in the marketing department with licensing. You know what I mean? They're throwing it on everything. I can't believe I still have that belt, that's a igloo cooler. I don't think they're shameful about putting their name on much.
All right, well, listen up. TKO, all right? It is right now May 21st, 2026. $2 million plus a 0.5% royalty on every unit sold in perpetuity. That's my offer. Thank you.
For the middle class.
You watch some Mr. Wonderful.
Goddamn right I did.
Yeah,
you never do. Nah, you never do residuals. Nah, you never do that.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. He does make some, but you know what, though? He does make those offers where I'm like, he always makes an offer. It's always going to fuck you. But, as Wes and I have said, we just want to make money. I just want to retire. That's it. I want to retire and, take a $10,000 vacation once a year. That's all I need.
Sure. But that's, there's people like us retiring here. And then there's this fucking asshat stealing all the water in fucking Utah for his government surveillance center. Fuck him.
Well, he ain't the only one. No, it's not. For some reason, it's
fuck them
water.
too.
For some reason, somebody's actually asking this question: that why do they have to use fucking fresh drinking water for all these things?
Because, all right, listen, I'm a patriot, but we are losing this race to China. Mm-hmm. They have figured out how to do these data centers with wind turbines. You know what I mean? And the same as those recycle or trash plants that they have that end up, going carbon neutral and they're burning trash somehow. I don't know how that alchemy works. I'm no mathematician, but we're doing it the old school way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where we still need to cool things with water.
Well, I know there's a lot of Elon Musk hate out there, but
also fuck him.
Hold on. This is what I'm saying. Now I'm getting ready to give you his good idea, and you're already going to hate it because it's him. I'm
the generational hater, remember.
Okay, well...
That's his character on D&D.
So what he's going to do for his data centers, for XAI, is he's actually going to put the data centers in space with solar and link them through the Starlink satellites, so that because then the
shove them in space. Let's go.
the solar panel will power the data center, and will also shield the data centers from the heat of the sun, keeping them cool and powered at the same time, using no earthbound resources.
It's the same technology we use to microwave our burritos on a larger scale.
Would you prefer him use the fresh water?
No.
Burritos?
I mean, we're never going to see it. It's just siphoning more government contract money. We're never going to see it.
Okay, fine.
I'll eat my hat when we get the moon base.
Fine. It's Bernie Sanders is planning to put space satellites in the sky. Good idea, huh?
Right, but he's going to contract Elon to do it.
Jesus Christ. This is why we can't have nice things.
I got it covered from all angles. All sides of the ring. I'm cutting off the ring.
This is the generational hater.
Generational hater.
Middle class.
I hate your entrance music. I hate the way you walk to the ring.
I don't like your jerk off name. I don't like your jerk off face.
And I hate myself, okay? Is that what you wanted to hear?
You're not my real dad, Steve.
Middle class hoes, everyone. Murr, Foxman, Ole Rollie McGinny joining us here at the button up against Memorial Day. Memorial Day. Sorry, had to think about that one.
It's early this year.
Did you want me to comment on my trip to Deutschland? Do you want me to give
you I want to hear the lowdown of Mainz.
Yeah, Mainz, Frankfurt, and Heidelberg. We took a train out to Heidelberg, saw an old castle, lovely. Walked through the old town.
Sounds like a smelly kid from middle school.
Yeah, Tim Heidelberg.
Fucking Heidelberg.
Yeah, fucking Heidelberg.
Get him out of here.
I told that crowd I don't bowl on Shamus. I think There was some, and I can get, and I'll play this video for you guys. When I was at I went to the Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt played Stuttgart in a Bundesliga soccer match. It was nuts. It was absolutely unbelievable. They had to delay the kickoff about 15 minutes for the fog to clear up from all the flares and fucking grenades that they were firing off.
Wait,
a couple
really?
I mean, it wasn't grenades. It was just fireworks.
No. I know, like the smoke bombs and shit like that.
But wait,
like, are these big towns or small towns?
Frankfurt is like 700,000. Stuttgart, I don't know.
But
Frankfurt, yeah.
Were these flares and things lit off by the fans or the actual organization?
The fans. And I was sitting next to the opposing
in
fan
the stadium
section. Yes.
These guys do it right. NFL would never let us get away with something like that.
Oh shit, that's like right in front of you.
Jesus.
Yeah, and when I pan back, look at the other side of the field's going ape shit as well.
God damn.
And a couple
you ever see that
this,
you ever see that video of the security guy who's like he's just waving his hands over and under people's shoulders, not even checking them? That guy's working the gate there.
That's so when you get off, I'm going to say probably 90% of the people take the S-Bahn or the train there. As soon as you get off, there's people selling beers. All right. And it's like that the entire way to the stadium. Then there's people that want to collect your cans because there's the deposit for them to turn it back in, and they're giving you plastic cups. You can take those cups into the stadium. They don't even give a fuck that you bring beer in. They don't care. Doesn't matter.
What?
As much as you can carry.
And I'm assuming these aren't like official, like it's not like a Warsteiner stand, right?
No.
It's just like some dude with a cooler.
As you get closer to the
Deutsches.
stadium, there are more official stands. When you get off, and maybe for the first 200 meters, because of course we're talking metric, it's just dudes with like cases of beers. Yes.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's like when we used to go to Pimlico.
Dirt cheap. But a couple takeaways, a couple things that I really liked. One, every convenience store has Lucy 16-ounce cans that you can buy and then take anywhere. They don't care if you take them on the bus, the train, in the museums. Doesn't matter.
Really?
You can take it anywhere and drink as much as you want. The other annoying part was Germany, at least where I was, the parents seem to be a little lax with parenting their children, and they just kind of run amok and run all over the place. Yeah, we had breakfast every day. We paid for breakfast every day at the hotel that we were at, and there were a couple times where I said, if I wasn't so aware of kids running around, you'd have been scolded by fucking hot ass coffee. There'd have been faces of death. Of you looking like the goddamn.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
The ghost at the end of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but like a crypt keeper or something. Dewey had said, "Yeah, it's like that, man. It's really fucking annoying." And I kind of thought, well, shit, maybe the parents just think it's less stressful if I yell at them. It's a better quality of life for me.
What, if they just shut up, or what do you mean?
No, if they just don't constantly like, Kyle, what are you doing? Get away from the butter. Stop fucking around over there. Stop hitting your brother. Stop running around the water.
That's a fair point.
Real life. It's real life immersion, right? It's like, fuck around. Somebody else is going to yell at you. I don't have to.
Well, were other
You're
people
the only
yelling?
parent here.
Were other people yelling?
Not really.
God
Not really.
damn.
I kept waiting for one of those little fucks to bump into someone. Me, personally. Like, hey! We won the fucking war, man!
Yeah, exactly.
My buddies didn't die face down in the mud for this.
Walter.
I figured there was more like discipline, and then by discipline almost like self.
Because it's Germany.
I figured like the kids themselves would kind of like be like grown ass adults, like not assholes like this. I don't know.
It was weird. Dewey had limited explanation for it. He said, "Yeah, that's just kind of the way it is."
I've got a working theory here. So what I was going to say earlier when you initially said this was my first thought. I was going to say, so it's like when parents take their kids to breweries here, right? They're just fucking running around. But if you think about it, Germany's one big brewery.
Yeah, they're all drunk. They're all boozed up.
91 million people just sitting in a big brewery. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. But I don't want to throw shade on the experience. It was great. We walked a ton, saw a ton, met locals, met friends of my brother, saw the university he works at.
That's awesome.
Got to see just some areas that, especially some areas that had been bombed out, and they tried to salvage what they could and then build around it a little bit. It was right on the river, and the goddamn public transit and transportation system is second to none. If I lived where he lived, I mean, my brother has no choice. He can't own a car, but I live there. There's no point.
There's no
the buses stop everywhere. They're fucking even number buses run north south. Odd number buses run east west. They all have a point, and then you have semi-regional trains, regional trains, and trains that take you a long fucking way out of here.
Oh, listen, I've bitched about this forever. I can't even go to an Orioles game from Cecil County to get catching the train. Like, the only time ever was when, MARTA doesn't do a goddamn thinga. You can't, like, Amtrak.
Well, it's essentially just an Amtrak route now, right?
Yeah, and it only runs during basically rush hour business hours, and you can't. I would literally have season tickets, or at least like the package like Wes has, if I could take a train, because I can't drive 45 to 50 minutes, spend an extra $25, $30 to park, booze up at the game, and then drive home. I can't afford a fucking Uber from Baltimore to Cecil fucking County. No. I can't afford to go back down and pick up my fucking car the next day.
Right.
You're really kind
those
of
rates at the those rates at the Hampton Inn and Suites across from the stadium keep going up every season.
Bastards.
So there's just no way for me to, like, unless I go down and like stay at Wes's place. That's the only way I'm going to a game.
You're welcome. Got a nice
I know.
futon right here.
I very much get it. When we were living in DC, during the Marion Manor days with the legendary Sketchy Mark and Big Hurt Andrew Scorza, it was like a real, like, I remember this really, like, it was like a Sophie's Choice, like, moment in my life. Because it's like, okay, we're very irresponsible, just randomly going up and back for Orioles games, right? If we can't stay, because like a Wednesday game, we're not gonna be like, Wes, can we crash? Even though he would let us, right? But you get my point, right? It's like that drive up in the gauntlet of 95 to 95, right? And then it's like, or we could take the Metro in DC 2 stops to Nats Park. And tickets were just as cheap as O's tickets back then. Yeah. And it was a heartbreaker because, I'm not wearing it right now, but most of my baseball hats are Orioles. It was like, you remember where you were on 9/11, right? You remember where you were when like Kennedy was shot. I remember when I was like, okay, I'll give this street vendor $30 for this bootleg Nationals hat because it's 2 stops away.
Yeah. But I mean, if you airlift or at least incorporate, some of the bare bones stuff that they had, you and I, assuming, like, when I say you, I mean the you that lived in Washington D.C. and even Murr, we could go to Philly quickly. Yeah. We could go to New York and catch a game and come back, which you can. But again, it's like 3 fucking hours and 15 stops all the way through New Jersey.
Yeah,
that's why they got the bar car though.
Yeah, but then you
remember I met up with you in Baltimore after like taking a bar car ride up there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I said those were fun. Those were good days. I also remember really good. It's a sidebar in this. Alan, our regular co-host, and Ole Rollie, like, let's meet you at a game. I was like, yeah, absolutely. And say, hey, we're running a bit late. They're doing the T-shirt giveaway, right? I was like, yeah, they are. And so these two came there in wife beaters, thinking that they were going to get a freebie. Yes, I
don't think that was me.
You guys said you had to go into the team store and pay triple the cost of, of
oh
the cost
shit,
of
you're
retail.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, there it is.
You got your tickets ripped and you had wife beaters on. You had to immediately go to the team shop. He was like, oh, we're out of shirts.
Yes, that's where I got my Baltimore Chicks Dig the Long Ball shirt. An official Nike Orioles collab.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
Sounds
like I was
wish-
designing that month.
My only regret was that I didn't see them come into the stadium in wife beaters.
Hey, y'all got them crab dogs.
But to round this out, Germany was great. It's a phenomenal country, good people. I don't know. Is there anything else you want me to kind of add on to that? Yeah.
One question. You said you were in a town called Mainz?
Mainz.
Mainz.
M-A-I-N-Z, yeah.
M-A-I-N. Okay. So not pronounced how a trashy American would. But
That's right.
I was thinking if they did, they really missed out on a good like Ocean City type merchandising opportunity. You know I like merch. Everything with their town logo. That's my Mainz man.
Oh,
Yeah. God, I wonder what the translation.
That's my Mainz chick.
That's
man.
My main's in them.
Yes. See?
I wonder if they've got
gets
like
me.
different. You got yours and I got Mainz, and then have like fucking have different strokes on there. Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of throwing back. I don't think the Germans
Or
had
you get
different
the-
strokes back in.
They could do a Terrence Howard collab. It's like, what up, Maine?
What a Mainz?
That's my Maine.
And the one thing that this happened twice. So they all, for the most part, speak English. It's a rarity that you get someone that Sarah, because we were taking some train rides that were like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. She said, I want to sit down. There was one person who she was trying to talk to about a stop, and Sarah's like, no, English? And she's like, no, I don't. That's the only person. Everyone else did, but there was a couple times where they said, not so much. And then they would talk and communicate, and I was like, I can't say anything you just said to me in German. Nothing.
Yeah,
So-
nothing, zero.
You are selling yourself wildly short on how good your English is, how well you speak our language. So, or everyone's language, I don't know. So,
Well, I have a sneaking. I was only in Germany for a long layover. We went to really cool brewery in Munich, like one of the oldest breweries there is, and I picked up a little of that, and it was like, I think it was just the difference of people who have 5 minutes to talk to a tourist, and then who are like, "Fuck out of here."
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is good. I mean, and I don't speak another language even remotely well enough to even tell someone like, I don't speak it that well. I couldn't say that in German, or
Right.
Spanish, or French,
Yeah.
or any other fucking language that exists.
I'd get anxiety
Except the
about
language of love.
That's right. Yeah.
But they don't speak that one. I know that.
That's it. Dutch God! All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with some hypothetical answers to job interview questions, followed up by Fun Fact Friday. And Hormel has another. We've had a few Hormel before you goes here. Another Hormel's launching a big one come this summer. Wieners, that is. We'll be right back.
We're looking for sponsorship. If anybody knows anybody at Hormel Corporate.
All right, party people. When I say middle, you say class holes middle. Wait, what the fuck? And welcome back to the Middle Class Hole. Foxman and Murr, Ole Rollie joining us here May 21st. Folks, I venture to guess that everyone, at least in our age, a little bit younger, much older, whatever, you've gone through a job interview, multiple job interviews. They can be uncomfortable for some people. For some weird motherfuckers who have, I don't know, a tick loose, they can be ultimately comfortable. I think they should teach it in colleges, in my humble opinion, for 3 credits a pop. I've picked out 7 common job interview questions, and all of us are going to answer these in a manner of 1 or 2 ways. 1, I don't want the job, and I'm just going to be blunt with you. Or 2, I don't know how to lie. My conscience just got the better of me, and I figured I would tell a potential employer who might want to employ me and pay money And I have to be as honest as I can possibly be. So, Ole Rollie, we're going to start with you on question number 1. What is your biggest weakness?
Oh, so my favorite is the obvious joke answer is that my greatest weakness is that I'm too strong. But
Oh, Homer Simpson.
yes, thank you. But I feel like this is like exactly what you're talking about. This is the snare, right? This one is like, it can go either way. Or you can be like, oh, I'm a perfectionist, or like, I won't let our group stop working till the project's done. You know, like stuff like that. Or you like, there's no in between on that for me. Like, it's either that or it's, oh, well, you know, I've got some time management issues, and those started around age 15, and I was doing band and baseball, and I couldn't get to both, but I really tried to get to both. And it's like, why are you over explaining yourself to these people?
Band and baseball.
Like, got it.
See, maybe I didn't explain. So because I wrote down an answer, and Andrew, that's it. So
you wanted me to really answer it. You don't want me to talk about the question.
I will answer it in the manner in which I wrote down some notes. You asked me
in travel baseball, and I've got band practice. I have overcommitted, just like I will overcommit to this company.
Gotcha. See, I wrote down during the week, and I mean the work week, I consume a ton of alcohol. I mean, from the minute I get off work to the minute I go to bed, glug, glug, glug. I mean, that's call me weak. Just it's a vice.
I'm waiting for that bird from the Flintstones to go. It's a living.
My greatest witness, I don't give a shit about any job I've ever had. Really, I just do it for the money. Nah. But I do a good job because I like money. What else?
Oh, also in this American capitalist society that we're forced to live in, our health insurance is tied to our jobs. Jesus Comrades, follow me.
I was going to take a cruise next year, but the hantavirus.
I might have one.
Hire me for your next kid's birthday.
Damn it, I got to keep this thing handy.
Uncle Raleigh Jones.
My greatest weakness, my crippling anxiety. I always think Cheryl's talking about me when she goes to the water cooler, and I just can't concentrate.
All right, Andrew, we're gonna skip to you on this one. What's your ideal work environment?
Wait, hold on. Let me. I don't.
Two chicks at the same time.
Okay.
I want to get out of this what you want out of this. Like, am I answering this like for real? How I would answer this in an interview?
No.
Or like,
no, because I think I need to lead by example. I wrote down 2 for this. Okay, so you asked me. Go ahead.
What was the question?
What's your ideal work environment?
We're doing great.
Mr. Fox. Looking at your work history here, I see you've worked in multiple establishments going all the way back to 17. What is your ideal work environment?
Well, I think something similar to a boba tea shop, just somewhere where there's a lot of Asian women. Just a lot of Asian women. Or have you ever been to the most perfect strip club you've ever been to? That. Right there.
In fact, it's only manned by Asian women, so I like your style. You're
Wing
hired,
buffet as far as the eye can see.
I mean, if you want me to answer it
Interesting.
like legit, my ideal work environment is one where you give me the task that you want completed, and then you leave me the fuck alone and let me complete said task. I make you money, you pay me my money. We don't talk or we do. Your choice.
Yeah, but Andrew, how do we justify all this middle management if we're just going to leave you alone?
We don't. We pretend they're doing what they've been tasked to do. We pat them on the back. We give them their money. We tell HR everything's fine, and we move on with life.
You got yourself a goddamn deal.
You're on a hard bargain there, Andrew. Oh, Raleigh, your ideal work environment?
Whew. A buffet of wings as far as the eye can see. Perfect I don't know what's the what's the best version? What is it? Fiber optic 10 times T5G, whatever the best connection is that I don't have to worry about, where it sounds like I'm on the call and I'm listening. But not like, oh, I can't hear you, I gotta call you back. I'm in Aurora, I can't hear. Because I need all those sales assets on the ready. But honestly, again, what Murr said, no, not a lot of middle management, asking what is it you do here, and just getting everything done on time.
Yeah, that takes me
also
back.
Don't make me fill out expense reports.
I'd gotten hired at a job at a hospital down in Annapolis, and then a day later I was with the guy who hired me and his boss, and she apparently the guy that I took over for had switched over departments, and she was like, I don't understand what this whole job entails. I want to have him in an interview. So they bring me into a conference room. I'm sitting at the head of the table. They're on the left and right of me. And the night before I had slept shitty on my neck, so I couldn't turn it. And every time they asked me a question, I'd have to like just turn the chair like, okay.
Who's this creep?
I was like, I'm going to get shit canned. I'm going to get shit canned today. See the fastest
fucking mortuary motherfucker.
Who's this stiff-necked fucker you hired?
And this is where my crippling anxiety would come into play.
Well, I told him about it in advance, and she still was like, ugh, no, that gives me the creeps.
Okay, to Wes's point, I feel like we've all dealt with that. Like at bigger companies, it's like, okay, here's the acquisition. You guys got an interview for your own jobs. We're bringing people in from out of state. And I'm like, you're what? And I'm like, so these people don't know our market and they're in a whole nother department and they've never dealt with salespeople. It's like, yeah, that's who's going to interview you. Fucking great.
Tell us about a time you failed.
By accepting this job.
You want to hear an alleged story from back in the day?
Oh, yes, I love alleged stories.
Allegedly, somebody may have gotten in that same situation, and they were all a little salty about the acquisition and the takeover. And one of the questions in the interview was like, "Tell us about a time you had to deal with a crisis situation on the fly and how you overcame it." And allegedly, that person in the interview was like, well, this one time a major competitor bought this company out, so we had to come off of routes on our busiest days of the week to interview for our own jobs, thereby leaving our customers in a lurch. And maybe they're taking notes and then look up and go, "You're talking about us?"
That's you're killing the lead here. That's one of the later questions.
Yeah. Who, us? Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. The next question is, tell us about a time you failed.
How much time you got? Wait, me or Murr?
Yeah. My response was pretty quick. My PO could answer that on a biweekly basis.
Don't look at the middle 2 weeks of the month. Just look at the last week of the month and the first week of the month, please. We're results driven. That's it.
Yeah, and this is such a loaded question too, because it's like, what do they really want to know? My biggest work blunder? They really want to know when I came in hungover and grinded.
I gotta admit, this whole thing is making me feel feelings that I don't want to feel. Because like, I think what I hate.
We're halfway through, buddy.
I know, but like, no, because these are legitimate interview questions that I've been a part of, and these people aren't psychologists, but they're asking psychological questions of people. And this isn't how people...
And it's going in a file.
Yeah, and this isn't how people fucking communicate with each other. Tell us a time that you failed. Okay, I don't know. I was going to fucking jumpstart my car and I fucking twisted the fucking wires around. The fuck are you asking me? Like, what do you want to know?
So it sounds like they're asking you, like, what's the teachable moment here, and how did you overcome this obstacle? But it's not that. It's HR wanting to put something in your file to be like, this is why we're not going to give you a fucking 10% raise and you only got a 5% raise this year. Or they're going to use your biggest failure and be like, okay, we're going to make an action plan on this, and we need you to hit this, this, and this. And then, you can come off that and you'll be a better employee for it.
That's why you don't give them the meat and potatoes from professional world. You say something like, in college I had a chance at knocking boots with a dime and I had a little too much to drink. Couldn't rise to the occasion. What I learned
boyfriend showed up and it was
what I learned was don't drink too much. Did I do that? No. But
to me, that's the actual answer that you should give. And because you should be sitting across the table from humans.
Sure.
that have human emotions and human feelings and human like patterns of thought that are like, this is a normal dude. It's going to interact with other people in a normal manner, and he's not going to be a fucking liability to the company because he understands that these are normal communication skills that we should have with each other. Because I'm in a bad place at work right now, by the way. So like, yeah, this is really fucking.
ACAB includes HR.
Yeah. Tell us about a conflict you resolved at a previous position. I mean, man, you nailed it, hit the nail on the head there with that one. I wrote down, and this is a quasi hypothetical. Anytime there was clutter in the work area, warehouse, break room, office supply closet. You see, what I did was I decluttered it. And I sold it all on my personal eBay account. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Except Todd's fish sandwich. Threw that right out.
Yeah.
But I had to bite
that garbage anyway. It's funny I work with the Todd.
God. Dude, I can just remember working at the radio station and having, I had 2 co-hosts. And when people are in conflict and you have to do this and there's a commercial break, like that.
Daggers.
That's when conflict resolution really comes into play. That's when you have to remind each other that you're friends and you like each other. Hey, that didn't hit
like
right
really
this
going
time?
at it over the desk?
Not talking to each other, like, which is like part of the job, is like to communicate.
Yeah. Big part.
Or each other's idea is automatically shitty before they
Fucking
say
dumb.
it,
Here we go, pitching this bullshit.
Yeah,
I mean,
Christ.
I answered this once at not right out of college. I was probably 3 or 4 years out of college, and I broke up I was a waiter, and a bar patron tried to fight the bartender, Yanko, God rest his soul, who probably instigated it, by the way. And,
wait, which one was? Wait, which one was he? The bartender or the patron?
Yanko was the
Fair
bartender. He was working. I don't think Yanko was entirely sober, by the way. But I remember he kind of chuckled. Was like, "Oh, so you broke up a bar fight?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, come on,
protecting your ass."
It's a professional situation. It wasn't like I was, I mean, granted, I'm just saying I wasn't sober myself. I may have had a beer or two, but
that's shifty.
Yeah, that was good.
That's how we get through the night.
That guy got caught embezzling money anyway.
Oh, fuck him.
Why do you want to leave your current company?
Again, how much time you got?
Yeah.
But no, I would never do that here.
That's right. You hire me, I'm here for the long haul, buddy. You're getting all this.
I want to leave
fucking
because
suck, but you guys, great.
I want to leave the company.
Already signed.
They ask stupid fucking questions like the ones you're asking me right now. And I don't want to fucking deal with that shit anymore. So if this is gonna continue, I ain't biting.
Well, to be fair, I wanted to stay, but there's some shit about criminal trespass that I don't really know all that much about.
This 3 strikes rule is.
What I did write down is everyone in the office, and I mean everyone, is wildly sexually attracted to me. Makes me very uncomfortable. I can't get in.
That's a them thing.
It made it hard. It made it hard, wink, wink, to get any work done. Yeah.
My copies are never coming out right. They're just butt cheeks.
Getting grown man's ass rubbed against me all the time. Ooh, gives me the wigglies.
So
where do you see?
Always reaching for my highlighters. That's not a highlighter. But it is a Sharpie.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully not fucking here.
See, all right. This is what I wrote down was, and again, this is if I don't want the job. As of 20 minutes ago, I wasn't really sure, but chatting with you and seeing that you have become somewhat successful, I think company president is well within my reaches.
Straight to the top.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it's like 5 years. I mean, what do they want the kids, the marriage? Do they want upper management? Do they want you to shoot?
I developed a real
CEO.
drinking problem since I had to be here every night till 11 because the work's got to get done. Then we got to entertain clients, so I'm drinking more. That caused stress with the missus. My secretary was really nice. This is a really weird 5-year plan.
Yeah. And I'm 43. I don't know. The doctor's finger out of my pooper. I can't avoid that.
Well, we're in either way.
Yeah. And then what he's just like, how's the CEO's resume looking? I'm gunning for that. I'm coming for
Oh, he
throats.
sits in the chair all day, says, "Oh, good idea."
Now,
That was me.
I haven't had a job interview in.
That was Todd.
Do they ask the same questions to like all age groups? Do you think?
Oh, you mean is there a super tight interview for people our age when we're like, come on, we've been working. I just need another gig.
Like
I cut off
seriously,
the first
That's how it
7
should be.
I cut off the first 7 years of my professional career because I didn't want my resume to be 5 pages long. All right. Yeah.
The employment gap. I'm not printing more pages.
Yeah.
because I feel like these are questions that you do quiz like somebody in their early 20s at, like to see how they'll respond to them. But see, for me, I gotta be God's honest with you here. Like I'm having a hard because all the answers that I would give you as a like attempt to get the actual job would be 100% bullshit. And so I don't want to give you a bullshit answer. It's not in my constitution. Not at this age. Not at this level of my life. I can't do it. I don't know how to tell you what my greatest fucking weakness is. Because if it's there, I forgot about it, or I've adapted and I've over fucking come.
Look, I've got 2 kids, a cat and a dog. They all need insurance. I'll keep my head down. Let's go.
5 years. Shit. I'll give you a 48-hour plan. That's about it. That's where it runs out.
Give me this bonus. I'm going to hit it big on DraftKings and.
No, I mean, legitimate answer for me. My 5-year plan. I plan on watching my kid fucking graduate from high school, and I want to fucking take him to a great congratulations vacation somewhere. That's where I see myself.
That's a good answer, and that's a real answer. But to your point earlier about like all of these questions being for fucking people who just got out of college or grad school, I'm sorry, I can't cite it right now. I'll put it in the comments. But there was, this article just came out about how like part of some fucking technical industry, I don't know if it was like, tech or banking or whatever, but it was like, oh yeah, our interviews were mostly bullshit. It was just like conditioning behavioral questions. It wasn't really like they wanted to get to know the candidate. It was a lot of fucking box checking. And that's why there's all these like issues with people in, I don't know. That's a whole nother rabbit hole, right? But it's like, okay, you play the game, you play that game, you play that game. It's like, oh fuck, here we are. What is this job? What is even this job, right? It's one of those weird, innocuous middle management jobs. Yeah, it's like, what are we doing here?
That's like, so my coworker, Todd, sat in on my interview.
Old
I
Todd.
was going to be working with him, and he sat next to my now boss, and they were a 2-man team. And he said, like, a week after, he's like, dude, I knew from, like, the first 30 seconds that you were the guy. I saw your resume. You were, like, came in, shook everyone's hand, sat down, like, how's everyone doing, da-da-da. Answered the first. I was like, yeah, just cut the bullshit. hire the guy. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Maryland's in that.
Right.
It was like I don't even know the term. Basically, they can fire you for whatever reason.
At will employment.
At will,
Yeah.
and they don't have to justify it. And
Most
that's like
states are.
in my. If I ever run a company, just do that. I understand there's equal opportunity employment, hurdles that you have to go through. You have to do
Those
these
aren't
type of
hurdles,
things.
though. They're just bringing more people to the table.
I listen. I'm not discrediting or discrediting.
Elon.
Like you have
Elon.
what? Like if you do you really want to know someone's 5-year plan? I'll give it to you.
No.
I feel like the
5 years times 365.
I want to know if you're going to run through a wall for me and this company, brother.
All right. 5 times 365, that amount of cum on my stomach.
TummyTime@gmail.com, everyone.
but
Or
I
tickle
guess-
my tummy.
my point is that whomever answers these questions with precision and what you're looking for in the binder is a sociopath that you don't want around other fucking employees or operating in any capacity for your company. Like, you should want the person that rolls their Well, Dave,
It's like, sure. I'll get on the plane, but, I'd rather be at fucking Johnny's baseball game. But, yeah, we'll go to Cedar Rapids.
Lovely. Lovely in December.
Because, I mean, I'd almost like to push the questions back at them. Like, do you guys love work? Because I'll tell you what, if you love this more than your family time, I'll turn around and fucking walk out of here and you can fucking save about 25 fucking minutes of your day. But if we're talking about getting a job done for a paycheck, being fucking diligent about it, I'm your guy. If you're looking for something else, I ain't him.
You want it done right? Right.
Like, that's it. I take pride in everything that I fucking do. This will be my livelihood should you hire me. I'm going to do the
team.
goddamn...
Let's go.
Yeah. But especially the work environments that we have now where it's like almost like gig employment. Like, so you plan on being here for 3.5 years before you fucking move on to your next job.
Right. And everybody's stepping over each other.
So why am I going to fucking invest in you any more than you're going to invest in me? Kiss my dick hole, period. That's my answer. That's my greatest weakness.
But then you go,
saying that.
well, sir, ever since I was a little kid and my daddy and my grandpappy, they worked in the shareholder mine and they were down in the shareholder mine all day, every day. They got the shareholder line.
High and low.
And there is nothing more important to my kin than shareholder value.
That's right.
All right. Rounding this puppy out. Tell us something that's not on your resume. Maybe a hobby, unique experience, something of that sort.
I can jump rope my own leg.
Still?
They call that the third leg.
I got to admit, I haven't done it in quite a long time. I attempted it at work the other day to prove that I could do it, and I did get hung up, but I did not fall on my face.
Okay.
So I'm confident. I'm confident that if you challenged me in this exact moment, you should hire or not hire me based on that fact.
That's a dance trick I used to be able to do, and they tried to get me to do
through
it.
Your leg?
Yeah, they hold one and jump through, and I
was too scaled.
There's a mental hurdle now that I can't.
Yeah, that's it. It's the fucking mental hurdle because you have to absolutely.
Oh, I thought he said metal hurdle.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me answer. Wait, hold on.
My hip got replaced a couple years ago.
Let me go back and answer this question appropriately. I can jump rope my own leg. You might be saying that's not a very good skill, but what I would say to you is it's total commitment. There's no way to loop your leg through your other leg while you're hovering in the air without absolutely telling yourself that you're going to do this without the option of failure. I feel like that's the kind of gumption you need in an employee. That's somebody you need in this building, someone who commits themselves to an experience and decides that they are not walking away from it through failure, because failure is not an option.
Yeah, speaking of
it's
gumption,
really big on the Asian markets too.
Speaking of gumption, what I wrote down was, I used to play this great prank at parties back in college. It was called the gum trick. It involved my testicles, and Man, it was a hoot. It was a riot.
So pretend for a moment that you've got gum on your pants.
Yes.
And you need a second confirmation to see if there is in fact gum on your pants, when in reality, it's a set of testicles.
And balls look like gum. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Here, let me show you.
Oh, I think it happened again. Who cleans this conference room?
Hey, let me tell you, Mr. HR person, we're doubling back on conflict resolution here.
Can I tell you how long it took me to find that funny, Wes? Because I get the joke is...
Oh, a man of class.
Hold on. No.
Real high society over here.
No, it's how this thing works. Is because I understand now...
The Roman helmet?
I understand now that...
The teabag?
Forcing someone to look at your balls is hilarious. I get that.
Whoa, don't say it like that.
Hold on. Well,
they're your bros.
That's the point. For me, I always questioned, well, how did you get the gum on the front?
Your mouth's up here, idiot.
No, if you were to sit in, because Wes would be like, oh, I think I sat in some gum, and then he would show you his balls through his zipper. Right?
Oh,
I
well,
don't
he
need to
likes
explain
to lay down on his front and like kick his legs back, you know.
I don't need to explain the logistics of how I sit down on a park bench.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
but
you're
for
more
me,
of a chef guy. Just say it.
But for me, when you always tried it, I was like, how'd you get it in the front then? And I never, so I couldn't get the blood-brain barrier of the joke. Did not fucking go through. That's all I'm saying.
That's a government agent, ladies and gentlemen.
Then what I'm going to have to do is spin this joke up again and cut holes out in the back area of all my pants.
And now that you're in your 40s, it'll
It's
work.
a little longer.
Yeah.
That's a lot of. That's 6 feet of bubble gum for you.
I'm more of a tank guy myself, but I digress. It is going back to a time I failed. I never got laid as a result of it. Shocker.
Oh.
God, it never.
It's a big reveal.
Never presented this to a young lady, and she was like, "Oh my God, take me." Oh.
Impressive.
Because consent matters.
Yeah,
and you're a
that's
gentleman.
Right. Oh, all right. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Fun
Look at
Fact
my balls.
Just to the bros.
We'll be back with Fun Fact Friday
Totally
tonight
straight.
before you go. Stick around.
Intelligence, of which you have none.
Obviously, we're dealing with the superior intelligence.
And now, Fun Fact Friday.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's officially time for Fun Fact Friday. Brought to you, of course, by our very many sponsors. We've got the Shin Splints Recovery Group. Got any pain below the knee and above that ankle? Find the Shin Splints Recovery Group exclusively on Facebook. Also, another one of our sponsors, very, nouveau look, if you will, the Cuckster. Check him out on both TikTok and Instagram. Or is he just TikTok?
And Instagram. Yeah.
And
That's
Instagram.
right. Cuckster for life. That's Cuckster for life on both TikTok and the Instagram. It's been a minute since I've plugged the Cuckster.
Well, sometimes you got to squint. You got to squint to see him in the corner.
That's true.
Yeah, he's all the way back.
So you're aware of the new logo. You're aware of the new the new haps.
I love a font.
Listen, earlier you were bitching about our new
Who, me?
Yes, AI overlords and the amount of water and energy and consumption that they
This guy doesn't like water, everybody.
All I'm saying is it only took about 30 to 45 seconds for the Cuckster to get himself a fucking brand new logo. Do that. Do that with a bottle of Evian, motherfucker.
He's a Mossad agent.
But listen, tonight there's a theme to your Fun Fact Friday. I don't know if you guys are aware of the Danhausen curse. Danhausen is about a month into perfection of his curse. First, he cursed Stephen A. Smith and the Knicks, and they were losing, and then he undid the curse because someone paid him human monies, and then the Knicks went on an 8-game winning streak, including a 22-point deficit comeback because
Wait, this is real?
This is 100% real. Because he then cursed the Cleveland Cavaliers the night of the 22-point comeback for the overtime win for the New York Knicks. So, tonight, in honor of Danhausen and his curse, we are doing the top 5 fun facts about lesser-known alleged curses. Here we go. Did you know the Polish king's tomb unleashed a deadly biological bomb? In 1973, researchers opened the 15th century tomb of King Casimir IV Jagiellon in Krakow's Cathedral. Within days, team members started dying. 4 of 12 soon after, with up to 15 total premature deaths from cancer and other mysterious illnesses over the years. Media dubbed it the Jagiellonian curse, but the real culprit was toxic Aspergillus flavius
Jesus.
fungus.
You wrote these.
Well, listen,
fucking
all
things,
I'll
man.
say about the Polish people is they'll go a really long way for a fucking punchline for a Polak joke, right?
Sir, this is a hardware store. Let's see. Any which way, they called it the Jagiellon curse. Anyway, the real culprit was that the fungus spores were thriving inside the sealed resin, and when they opened the decaying coffin, it exposed the spores to the air, and basically killed any and everyone over a certain period of time, making it look as though they were cursed.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. This is why, like, one of my favorite memes is always like when they're like, oh, we made this new discovery in this deep, dark hole. They're like, don't fucking open it. Right?
Yeah.
We got enough going on. Leave it closed.
Hey, McGinny, you remember we had a cooler that we said don't open that sat in the house. Told people not to open it. And then Nick's dad and his buddy did. God, that's a
They really
miracle
worked for
they're
that
still
Bud Light
alive.
lime.
They actually, God bless their hearts, they got it out of the house and into a garage that we weren't supposed to use.
Into the bay.
Yeah.
Into the harbor.
Dude, the other day, I would just standard cleaning out of the fridge. Like, I noticed there was a couple expired things in there. I was like, all right, I'm going to do a deep dive on this fucker. Well, all the way in the back, a half-gallon of milk had fallen on its side, and other things were obstructing its view. And when I picked that motherfucker up, the little side bulge that, like, stops it from bursting if you drop it was pushed out, and it was like snare drum tight on the plastic. I was like, holy shit. We were like a day or two from fucking disaster. And this is in a cool
Can you milk
environment.
me, Greg?
God. You got nipples? Yeah, we were that close.
I hate it.
That close to disaster. Well, did you know Giles Corey's dying curse haunted Salem for centuries? During the 1692 Salem witch trials, farmer Giles Corey was pressed to death with heavy stones for refusing to plead. Legend says that his last words were, "Damn you! I curse you, Salem," aimed at the sheriff. Sheriff George Corwin died young of a heart attack soon after, and subsequent Essex County sheriffs reportedly suffered heart and blood issues. The curse was said to linger until the sheriff's office moves from Salem in 1991.
Jesus.
Corey's ghost is still tied to local disasters and folklore.
Damn. And then
It's like a Mothman.
William Shatner was cursed to talk like this guy through all of his. Damn you!
Damn you!
you!
I curse you, Salem.
I mean, listen, if we're going out, in a torturous way, then it's like, why wouldn't you say some off-the-wall shit to scare everybody on your way out? And also, what we always forget in these ancient tales of, like, Salem witch trials, all these, like, executions, is the fucking lowly farmer peasant just off screen who's like, what do you mean I just got to stack rocks on top of this motherfucker till he squeals? Oh, all right.
It's him or you. Shit. Give me the rocks. I'll fucking
see ya. See ya. Get my best rocks.
I'm wondering what pressed. Was it people or heavy machinery?
Like McGinny just said, like they literally just kept stacking heavier and heavier rocks on you until you were squished.
See, I'm thinking like they just did, like one sheet and then the town just walked across them, paraded.
Everybody had a picnic. They put a piece of sheetrock down.
Yeah. But the kids get to take 2 turns.
I think there are 2 very important things you guys are glossing over. And those are they're the numbers 1692 and 1991, where every sheriff died of weird fucking heart or blood related circumstances. And God bless the guy who got fucking elected sheriff in 92. It was like, fuck that. We're moving down
the
whole
road. Thing.
Yeah.
ACAB includes all cursed sheriffs in Salem.
Yeah.
God damn, man. Well, did you know the Bassano vase's owner kept dropping dead? The 15th century silver vase, allegedly passed down through an Italian family, supposedly carried a curse where each new owner died shortly after receiving it. One story claims that a wedding gift killed the bride on her honeymoon night. After multiple quick fatalities, it was reportedly buried in a lead casket with a warning inscription. It occasionally resurfaces in cursed object lore as a classic death follows possession tale. Now, listen. Do I believe in all this spooky stuff? The first one, spores were released.
That's real.
That's real. Curse you, Salem. That's rather coincidental-ish, maybe. I mean, you did.
It's having the last word.
It is weird to have like an object, and everybody's like, "Ooh, bummer. Good luck," and then you keep dying. Like, what's the logical science behind that one?
So I was going to ask, in your research of the subject, have they mentioned? I know. But did anything in the article mention like having it tested for, as science has progressed and we can test objects now? Like, be like, okay, maybe there's fucking uranium lined vase.
No, I guess. That's a good guesstimation of what could be wrong with it because they did bury it in a lead casket. But by the way, I will say this.
Radioactive.
That is, I don't care if you believe in it or not. That is the most logical next step you should perform. Lead casket. Bury it.
I thought, okay, but I wasn't like, I was being serious because it was like, in this, half serious, in this, in this age of 20 fucking ghost hunting shows on TV, and then everybody like amateur, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with, trying to be a spooky Indiana Jones, but it's like, because in real archaeology, right, we've got we've got carbon dating, we've got LiDAR now, and it's like every time we get a new technology, they're like, let's check this out again, and we can learn something again, right? So it's like, you would think over the years, the spooky ghost crew would be like, hey, let's check this out.
Or, Wes, do you just bury it in a lead fucking casket and say, fuck it, we don't care?
Yeah, man, you just do it like a Chernobyl style. Just put a bunch of concrete around it and then put a bunch of labels on it that, in Helvetica font that say, radioactive, do not touch. That's it. Let it be.
But
my
point though is like, do you even bother at some point? Let's say, how many deaths before you're just like, don't care what's wrong with it, don't need explanations, fucking bury it.
You put up the sign. You're good. From a legal standpoint, the corporation says you're covered. You put up the sign. Said, don't come here.
Right.
Just like the haunted houses. They're like, 20 family members were murdered brutally here. Let's make a show. about it on VH1. Just
Yeah,
they're
but
like,
you make the
oh,
you
let's
make
go to Chernobyl, see what's going on. There's a 3-headed cat.
the only reason you make the
Meow,
show
meow,
is
meow.
because no one had the balls to bulldoze the property.
What do you mean? Were you going to bulldoze a nuclear reactor?
No. Well, we're mixing a lot of
Oh,
things
you mean
here.
the haunted house?
I'm just saying, like, once five
transference?
once 5 generations of people have perished in the presence of something, you stop running tests on it and you just eliminate it completely. It's over. It's unexplained. We move on with life.
You're forgetting
not
about
death.
Pet Cemetery rules.
Yeah.
What are those?
Sometimes they come back. They'll change. They're not the same.
I get.
Max stinks.
Thank you, Sling Blade. Appreciate it.
Sorry, I can't do a Maine accent. I can't do a New England accent. Chowder. That's all I got.
Did you know St. Anne's Well curse? That's a weird way of using words in a string. St. Anne's Well's curse claimed. It's Jesus Christ. I'm just going to read the fucking rest of it. In 16th century England, a dispute over a healing well near Liverpool led Father Delwayne to curse his rival landowner, Hugh Darcy. Delwayne supposedly dropped dead the night after. Within months, Darcy's son died mysteriously. Darcy faced financial ruin, and exactly a year to the day, Darcy was found at the bottom of the well with his head crushed. The well's medieval healing reputation added to its supernatural vibe.
Sounds like an Irish rom-com.
Yeah, it does. Sounds like a lot of people beating the shit out of each other and throwing it down a fucking well.
There's Mr. Darcy in the well, the candlestick, as far as I can see it.
How do you settle land disputes?
Fair question. I'm glad
Gonna
you
make up a
asked.
ghost. Get in the well.
No, but I do love. I don't know. Like, what did we have around here? We had Pigwoman Lane.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Pigwoman Lane. It used to be a slaughterhouse just down the road from me, and the lore was that there was a haunted or a cursed tree because the ghost of Pigwoman, if you went and inspected her property, obviously you would run when she saw you and you saw her, and then she would curse you and you would turn into a tree along the roadway. And there was one tree that looked straight up like a person like getting caught like mid-stride.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of like the tree emulating a person's a bit of a stretch. It did have a split bottom and, a couple like branches. It's a little more of a stick figure type thing. Yeah, we went by there, stoned a couple times, didn't see shit. We did see like an infant cat meowing once, which is fucking creepy.
You just left him there?
Yeah.
Take him home?
You would get cursed by Pigwoman?
You can take the ghost cat home? The cat of Pigwoman?
But see, that's my point, is no matter how much you don't believe it, you see a fucking feral fucking kitten meowing in the dark, and you see a tree that may look like a person running. You don't question. Yeah, you don't question things. You don't investigate like white people like to do.
So we had many any resort or vacation home that would take us back in the day. We're on the way to Blue Knob in Pennsylvania, and R.I.P. riding up with one Brandon Irby, and it's this misty mountain in Pennsylvania. We're driving real slow because we're arriving at night, and we're both like, okay. The minute, a small child with fucking long black hair just appears in the road, gun it, we're out of here. Yeah. Like Maryland, Pennsylvania, we don't fuck with shit in the road. We got the Jersey Devil, we got the Goat Man. But I do appreciate your county, the Blair Witch. I do appreciate your county or municipality using their powers to name roads after cryptids. Because, if I could live on Mothman Lane, totally would.
I don't even know if that's... I don't know
Not a real
if that's...
cryptid?
I don't know. No, I don't know if that's the actual name of the road, but that's what we call it.
It wasn't Mothman Lane.
There goes my bit.
Yeah.
I don't think they put up a fucking green sign that says Pig Woman Lane. I don't think that's a thing. I think that's just,
That would have been
anything goes in the county
because that roadside would have been stolen 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Delivered to a prom date's house.
Because there's a weed lane out in Elkton.
There's also a blue ball road.
Yes. Well, yeah. But the weed lane, they might as well just fucking keep printing them because they go by the day.
It's like mile marker 420. At one point, they bolted and cemented that shit down.
There was one. It might even have been a 420 in some state where I think they moved it and they just did 421.
421 and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as appealing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Maryland.
Actually,
It's either Maryland or Virginia they did it.
When the party house in college, 154, got raided, I don't know if you remember, we had a stop sign just as like art decor in the living room. And they're like, oh, that's where that is. And they took it from us. They confiscated it. And I was like, yo, you all were looking for that particular stop sign. Way to go, detective.
The budgets aren't that big out there.
Got to the case solved.
Yeah.
The cops are also DPW.
That's right. Yeah.
We did take a Maryland 316 sign because we were really into wrestling. And
yeah, brother.
Maryland 316 says, we just stole your sign. Anyway.
We just busheled your crabs.
And finally, the woman from Limb statue brought death to its owners. This 3500 BCE limestone fertility figure, nicknamed the Goddess of Death, from Cyprus, passed through several families in the late 19th century and the early 20th century. Owners reportedly suffered rapid deaths, family tragedies, and misfortunes. One British owner lost his entire family before donating it to a museum, where the curse stories continued. It's now in the Cyprus Museum, another artifact where bad luck patterns fuel legends. What's the one with was it the goat in was it in the Cubbies? Was that
Chicago?
The goat?
Yeah. Curse the goat. Yeah, this one kind of semi-fascinates me because they donate it to a museum and all of a sudden it ceased to exist. Like all of a sudden behind plexiglass, behind pane glass, it can't penetrate. And who walks by?
No, but also conceptually, he's like, "Fuck, this killed like 2 generations, 3 generations of my fucking family. Here, we'll put it in a public museum where anybody can walk past."
Right, and this also lends itself to just aristocratic arrogance. So we're like, "Oh, you died? Hey, give it to me. It's fine. It'll be safe in my house." They die.
Well,
another one's like, "Oh, no, give it to me. Give it to me."
But doesn't that curse?
Would you call it another aspect of colonialism?
No. But doesn't that curse the entire country though? If you put it in like the British Museum, isn't the entire
in the National Museum?
Yeah.
I would think so.
Yeah,
they're not doing
by the transitive property.
Kind of goes back to
because everybody wants their shit back.
My theory about why hospitals aren't haunted. It's only where people died and things like that. Hospitals ought to be haunted.
Because the administrators are like, "Get out of here. We need the beds."
Yeah,
well, I'll tell you what.
Do you have a copay? No, out.
Out.
Now, keep in mind, whatever, you're going to believe this or not, but like I heard a great theory on if you do believe in hauntings, why certain places are more haunted than others. And everybody always talks about insane asylums. Well, if you have schizophrenic fucking ghosts, that's going to be way creepier than just like people who like died of natural causes.
Yeah, duh.
So like if you were going to go to a place that's haunted and you want to see some shit, the guy who in real life was going to throw a fucking turd at you is going to be a little more lively than the old lady.
A ghost turd?
Yes, a ghost turd at you. Going to be a little more lively than like Ethel, who was like, "I loved my children. I die with no regrets." Like, she's going to be a little lame.
We're saying the same thing. Like, I mean, there's also going to be a bunch of ghost energy around like, "Oh, we stole the mummies of this ruling family of this country, and now they're fucking 5,000 miles away from their original resting place."
Yeah.
Weird that everybody's dying around here.
And I don't believe in ghosts at all, but I will tell you, like, okay, so the house I grew up in, for the most part, I moved there when I was 6. For a long time through the 60s and 70s, it was a split apartment. It was first
Don't
floor.
tell me this, Wes. Don't do this to me.
How many times? What do you come back
How
once
old
every?
Are you?
How old am I?
You said 60s and 70s.
That. The
Are you
house,
just saying,
derailing.
like,
I'm sorry.
the house,
I'm
existed,
derailing.
the house existed before me. Weird. But the person who occupied the first floor, who owned it up until I think it was like the people we bought it from. They bought it from her, and then there was a second and third floor apartment. The day she passed away, so there was 2 electrical boxes in our basement. One had her name on it, Boyd. That electrical box and all the circuits went out, and our dog, who normally slept wildly soundly, went apeshit, barked fucking just like uncontrollably that night, woke us all up.
I don't like that.
Pets always know. Pets always know.
Hey man, Murr,
Dogs know, cats know.
Murr, you peed in that sub pump. You've been cursed. McGinny,
And
you
then
may
I
have
heard
as
It'll
well,
only
man.
get half hard.
McGinny, you were there for
And
3 nights. You probably peed in that fucker too.
Thankfully, I was so
Yeah, but
fucking...
you know when people are like, "Oh, the sage isn't working," are we the demons? I think that's the ghost is like, "I'm gonna pack it up. This guy's an asshole. My business finished."
I did. And
Well,
come to think of it, the summer of 2002, when we had that drought and we pissed exclusively in the sud pump and put a bunch of ammonia in the air, I think that's
We're
when
the
it
real
was.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's, that was our
Busting
proton.
makes us feel good.
It was our proton pack, a couple ounces at a time.
Quick, another Bud Heavy.
Well, I will say this. The Knicks have won, so the curse is real. And that is Fun Fact Friday.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right. So anyway, before you go, folks, summertime is hitting us up. Summertime is upon us. And if you're looking for some summertime cuisine, get your ass to St. Paul, Minnesota, because Hormel launches a hot dog-shaped Spam for the summer. Imagine this. You're relaxing in the ballpark on a beautiful Minnesota summer evening, eating a hot dog, but the part of you wishes you were eating Spam instead. I don't know what part of you that is, but, well, Minnesota-based Hormel Foods has come up with a solution. The Spam Dog. God, Hormel is so good with coming up with these. Made from the iconic meat in the shape of a classic hot dog. The Spam Dog was designed for food services operators and making its debut in the summer. In Minnesota, you'll be able to try one at St. Paul's CHS Field. Quote, "It's a fresh new take on a hot dog with the unmistakable flavor that Spam fans know and love." Said
Unrelated, the plumbing bill has increased tenfold.
said Helly Eggum, by the way. That's not a made up name.
Here's the thing, though.
Healy, maybe.
Spam is not in an easily consumable form. It comes in that fucking, like,
Speak for
World
yourself.
War II rations can,
Okay.
right?
Classic.
I will have, like, a couple times a year, I'll get a couple cans of Spam, and we'll do, like, Spam egg and cheese sandwiches. And they're delightful.
You can cut them so easily because they're in the rectangle shape.
Yeah, but it's inconvenient. Like, I feel like Spam in a fucking, like, hot dog shape is yes, I like Spam. But dude, give me a Spam dog with
Dude, you just sounded like you
two at once.
You just sounded like you were in therapy right there. You broke sentence and you're like, "Yes, I like Spam." Okay, God, sue me.
I want to live.
It's the weird part. No, it's the weird part about Spam is like you're not allowed to like it, but you secretly do, and you can't tell
I
people.
don't think that's the weird part. I think the weird part is the ingredients.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's ham and...
Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. I like a salty ham. And thank you, Hawaiian Islands, for, making it palatable.
That's their national food. I mean, it's their state food. It's Spam. Like, it's a thing. And I feel like, look...
Okay. And Koreans. They do it good, too.
Hear me out here. Hear me out. You get a Spam dog. It's got fried onions and pineapple on it.
Yeah. Sure. Give me. I'm eating.
You had me at onions. You lost me at pineapple.
No, but with a nice like umami fucking like soy sauce demi-glaze.
Oh, okay. I'm back in.
Okay? All right.
I'm watching a Rhea Ripley match going, ooh, mommy.
I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's the secret
And you can
ingredient
use
in
that
Beat Bobby
jelly.
Flay.
You really got to scrape the can, though.
Yeah. Get a little that spam goop on your hands.
And by the way, Murr's going to rake me over the coals for this because I don't remember the movie, but there is a movie from the 90s where the first, I don't know, like third, maybe 25% is it's the kid version, because later on he plays the adult version, and his mom catches him looking at nudie magazines, and she sends him to a therapist, and then it cuts back to him talking to his friends. He's like, and then you know what comes out of the penis? Spam. Oh.
What movie? I don't even know what this is. You know I love obscure 90s, 80s movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I have no idea. Are you talking about
This does not sound like Mannequin 2.
or Three Ninjas flick? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. What are you looking at me for?
Because you said that very confidently.
I remember the scene.
Figured you'd be like,
let's see here, Google. I'm going to Mr. Miyagi this fucker.
Get the spam jelly on your hands.
Spam.
You're our C movie fucking expert.
Yeah. Spam. 90s movie ejaculate.
Pre-spam.
Pre-spamia. That's the name of it.
That's one of the theories about how life was started on Earth, right?
That's right.
That's a science joke for you listeners.
This might have to be this might have to be I'll tell you something.
A deep
later.
dive?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna
Sarah,
find
I'm in the office. I can't come up.
Yeah.
I
spamming it up.
like,
I'm tied up.
I do feel like I know what you're talking about, but I have no idea.
But it comes
recollection of the film.
He doesn't say it to the therapist asks the leading question, and it immediately cuts to him and his buddies on the playground. He's like, and you know what comes out of our penises? Spam. And the friend's like, oh,
I feel like that's like Sandlot or something, like a throwaway scene from Sandlot.
It sounds like an Albert Brooks movie.
But either way, all I know is you're right. Hormel's marketing department, the reason they have to be top notch is because for like a century now, spam exists. Has not gone out of existence. It's still sold on the marketplace. They even have new flavors. Hormel. Oh, there's like a bacon flavored spam. Yeah.
You love a product line extension.
It's not worth it. I just say it. Regular spam better. But a few years ago, we've talked about this before. At Super Bowl, the chili cheese keg. Brilliant. It just keeps them out there enough to keep making paychecks for those employees who answered those fucking interview questions the right way.
Right. And I feel like for a company like Hormel that's just, like you said, been here for 100 years, or it's like, remember we're getting like commercials for the Egg Council. It's like, yeah, well, I remember eggs. They're at the grocery store every day. I don't need a commercial for it. But like for a company like Hormel at these big events, it's like, hey, you love tailgating with us, right? Here's this cool thing this year, Just keep us on the brain.
By the way, in my early Googling, it just keeps going back to Look Who's Talking. So I'm going to have to deep dive into this a little bit more.
That might not be wrong.
It is 100% wrong. Look, I know Look Who's Talking.
They're babies. They're babies the whole time.
I get around.
They're still babies in the third one.
Bruce Willis signed on for the long haul on that puppy. All right, we're not going to get to the bottom of this, Murr. Come on.
Oh, I'm going to find it. Grok and I are best buds now.
All right, it's going to have to be after this. We're going to have to pick this up next week. Look, folks, you can find the middle class.
Oh, a two-parter, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Cliffhanger.
You can find the middle class holes not on obscure 90 movies that involve spam, being an ejaculate, but on all your social media platforms at the middle class holes, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube and Facebook. You can also email us at tickleourtummies@gmail.com. Thank you, Ole Rollie, for the plug earlier. We'll be back next week and the week after that. I don't know, unless some curse has been put upon us and I'm dying from some black mold. Murr, your phone's up. Let's go.
Singles, directed by Cameron Crowe.
Ooh, what a pull. We were a little too young. Like, that would be like, I feel like if we were like Gen X, like real Gen X, like that would have been like our, like, Clerks. You know what I mean? Like, Singles was like on that earlier, like our older siblings wave of indie movie.
In the film, there's a scene where a character humorously
Got it.
humorously
It's a
explains-
doctor. It's not a therapist. Hold on.
It's a medical problem. It's like, Doc, it's killing me. But I'm never going hungry.
And you don't want Elon to send his fucking servers to fucking space. How
Only if he
dare
goes with them.
you. How dare you?
Fade out, fade out, fade out. Wait, is that me?
Wesley, we cannot hear you. You have somehow disengaged your vocal abilities through YouTube. It's unfortunate. But remember to check out the Middle Class Souls on all of your social media platforms. You can find us Middle Class Souls anywhere you want to see the Middle Class Souls. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, the whole gamut. TickleOurTummies@gmail.com if you would like to email us. And we will see you next week, my friends. Take it easy and take it slow. And if she's slow, take her easy twice. I don't know.
Hey-oh.
I don't need your sympathy. Keep your judgment too. Cause you just give it a little pull, and my dick's strong like bull. Ready to satisfy my woman whole night through. I get drunk most every day. Everyone knows Scooter is a gay. He might be on his fuck, I'm still riding like a pup. I fell down, but my dick's still up. I fell down, but my dick's still up. I fell down, but my dick's still up.